2 dives. That is my entire underwater resume. So my wife Ksenia and I learned that Roatan, it's on the world's 2nd largest barrier reef. We did what anybody else would do. Booked a cheap flight to Honduras and prayed the hype was real. And spoiler alert, it is, but not in the way we expected. Have you ever dreamed of a place where time slows down, the water shimmers like glass, and every sunset feels like it was painted just for you? Welcome to Roatan, the Caribbean's hidden gem, tucked off the coast of Honduras, where adventure and tranquility live side by side. In this video, I'm taking you with me to one of the most breathtaking islands on Earth, a place where the coral reefs are alive with color, the food is rich with island flavor, and the people greet you like an old friend. Whether you're here for the diving, the beaches, the culture, or just to unplug for a while, Roatan offers something rare, a chance to truly breathe. So grab your snorkel, your sunscreen, and your sense of wonder. Let's explore Roatan together. My name is Sean. Welcome to Boundaries Unlimited. Silky white sands, gentle waves, and lush palms awaited us at our Roatan resort. Located on West Bay Beach, Kempton Grand Roatan Resort and Spa offers 4 restaurants and bars, 2 directly on the beach. The resort also features a full spa, a gym that did not get any use from us, and a secluded beach at the end of West Bay Beach. For the most luxurious 5-star experience in Roatan, look no further than the Kempton. And I did say Roatan is home to the 2nd biggest barrier reef in the whole entire world, the Mesoamerican barrier reef that you can enjoy snorkeling right off the beach, right behind me. Because you can't go wrong with a good mojito off the beach. Day number 1 of scuba diving with the West Bay Divers. We chose the West Bay Divers even though there are many different dive shops you could go with within Roatan and you're not going to be disappointed. There's 2 reasons why we chose the West Bay Divers. One, they're conveniently located next to the Kempton. They actually have like their own little shop within the Kempton, but we went to the main dive shop. Second, they also had amazing reviews online. Day number 1, we were hooked up with Joel. Here's Joel showing us the effects of the water pressure on an egg yolk at least 90-ish feet underneath the water. It was only Ksenia and I, so it was a very intimate diving experience. It was a 2-tank dive to start the day. Since we're doing our advanced open waters, the first dive we did was a deep water dive, so that gets us up to 120 feet. We only went 95 feet today, but still it was a fun experience. The second dive was a peak buoyancy performance dive, I believe is what it's called. We got to dive through some hoops and just kind of have some fun learn your buoyancy, not deal with your BCD, and just kind of float and be able to control how high you want to go or how low you want to go with your breathing. We saw lots of cool marine life, including a stingray. I think it was a stingray. It might have been a different type of ray, but I chased it, didn't catch it. And then we saw a very big, long green eel, which is a lot of fun. We saw a lot of other cool stuff too. I didn't do the fish identifier course, so I don't know what we did see though. Next up was lunch at the Arca to fuel up after our very first day of scuba diving in Roatan. So for me, traveling to like a nice Caribbean tropical vacation, it's hard for me to relax. I always want to be doing something. So I think scuba diving really has that fix. And the main reason why is because I feel like I have to do something active to be able to earn that relaxation. So I feel like scuba diving, then you hang out, relax, drink, eat the rest of the day is like the way to go. It's kind of like with skiing, you have the April skis, April scuba. So we're walking back from the Arca, and there's going to be a lot of solicitors on the West Bay Beach. Well, one guy came up to me and said, "Hey, you want to see a shark?" And I was like, "No, I don't really want to go to the island at this point." But he wasn't trying to sell me on anything. He actually was telling me because there was a nurse shark right next to the little dock area. So what would anybody else do, especially me? I just jumped in after it, and I didn't try to scare it. I didn't want to scare it away, but I went in after. I didn't have any goggles because they're still with the dive ship, but I was able to use the GoPro to kind of see what we were looking at. Pretty cool, right off the beach. Now we're gonna hydrate because tomorrow is gonna be a very long day. There's no better way to hydrate here than a good macajito. at this. They're all swimming around us. They're like, don't even have a care in the world.
They're curious.
They want food.
They want a piece of these.
They want some of that. All right, guys, I only have Salvita, Honduran beer.
Salva Vida.
Salva Vida, my mistake. Since it's our second night at the Kimpton and inside the West Bay, sorry, the camera lens is a little bit foggy. It's pretty humid out here. We are going to try, since we have one open evening, we're going to try to go to the west end. So we're going to take the water taxi, which is, I recommend you guys take cash because that's exactly what I did. We're going to take the water taxi to go from West Bay to West End and see what dinner options are available on that side. Because tomorrow night we'll be in the ocean doing a night dive. One thing that I found interesting about Roatan especially is that I've never seen people outside doing nighttime snorkeling. I know there's night scuba, which we're gonna do tomorrow, but I've never seen night snorkeling. That's kind of a first for me. So we made it to the west end from the West Bay, and this place is definitely a lot more alive if you want more of, like, I guess, nightlife. Music's playing all over the place, and this is the low season, so I can only imagine what the high season is like. So today is day number 2 of scuba diving. Ksenia is not worn out yet, but she will be by the end of today because we have 3 different scuba sessions a day. First, we're gonna start off with the wreck dive, which I'm mainly excited for. The next is, I believe, navigation, and then we have like a little bit of a break, and then we come back for the night dive, which I'm excited about mainly too. So see you guys out there.
You want to hold a monkey, bro? Take a lot of pictures.
That's a monkey? I have a monkey right here. Was an amazing experience, just as I expected. It was almost like we were scuba diving back in the lake because the visibility, you didn't see, like I was looking for the boat and it just was like a ghost and it just appeared out of nowhere. It's a bit kind of spooky. At around 100 feet under the water, so that was really cool. And then since Joel, he dove with us yesterday, and it was just him with Ksenia and I, it was a really cool experience because he kind of knew where our skill level was at, which we're still basically beginners, but he was able to take us through a lot of the ship, which was actually really cool. If I was claustrophobic, that might have been a little bit of a spooky experience, but we made it out alive, and it was a fun experience overall. Then we did a second dive, which was navigation, and at that point, since we've had 4 dives within the last 24 hours, I was kind of getting a little sleepy, not gonna lie. But then Joel took us to one of probably my favorite diving spots, and it was next to the wreck itself. There was a lot of little canyons that you could swim through, and it was so much fun to be able to practice all the different buoyancy skills that we learned after swimming through the wreck, and then now to swim to the canyons. It was like swimming through the Grand Canyons. It was amazing, and I had so much fun doing it. I would say that hands down, that was probably my favorite dive of the whole entire trip. No better than a good hydration after scuba diving. April Scuba. Wow, it's been a long day after scuba diving. I think there's a dead cat in there. I feel drained. It's 5 p.m., but you know what that means? We have one more dive to do this evening, so 3 tanks today. We're gonna go do a night dive. Hopefully, we'll find us an octopus tonight. See you guys out there. So we're back at the Kimpton, showered, about to go eat dinner. I want to give you guys a recap on what it's like to swim in the ocean at nighttime. Definitely a really cool experience. I would highly recommend that you guys do it too if you're a big scuba diver. It's very eerie because you can't really see a whole lot out in front of you, so it's almost like swimming in a lake in that regards. Visibility is not the best, so you have your flashlight and you're trying to identify things in front of you with your flashlight. So that's your point of view, that's all you can see. You have to always look around and keep an eye on your surroundings so you don't accidentally bump into something or somebody. Like Ksenia hit me in the head with her flipper. And said it was my fault because I was underneath her. But there was a lot of cool things that we saw tonight. We saw 2 octopuses, quite a few crabs. One thing I saw was the sea cucumbers were they would illuminate at nighttime with your flashlights, and it was like a neon purple, which I thought was a really cool thing to see. And then for about maybe 5 minutes, we turned the lights off completely, and it was completely black, and it was really cool. You could like move your hands around, and like the bubbles would illuminate, so it looked like there was like sparks every time like you'd move your hand or wave your feet. So that was really cool to see too. We're actually gonna go scuba dive there some more tomorrow, so that would be 7 dives in 3 days. We're not gonna be able to fly for like a week with all the nitrogen in our blood. See you guys. No, I'm not gonna see you guys at dinner. See you tomorrow. We boarded the 55-foot dive yacht El Guapo on our last day. Mike, the owner of the West Bay Divers, surprised us with a special dive trip to the Cayos Cochino Islands. The Cayos Cochinos is a small collection of 15 islands, widely known for their beauty above the water with crystal clear blue waters, white sand, and friendly people. They are also renowned for their incredible diving, bright healthy corals, and abundance of ocean life. So after diving 7 times in 3 days, we got our advanced open water certification. I'm exhausted, sunburned. It's been a great trip. Cheers. Well deserved. Definitely need the espresso martini to wake back up. One last night. It's really good. Advanced open water. So the question we have to answer is Roatan worth it for a beginner? Well, let's tally it up. Crystal clear waters? Check. Vibrant dive sites teeming with life? Check. Dive instructors who genuinely care? Absolutely. I finished this week with 7 log dives in my advanced open water certification. And I do want to give a big shout out to the West Bay Divers and Joel, who was our diving instructor for the week, because it was the best experience that Ksenia and I have ever had diving. For 3 days and 7 dives, it was just Ksenia and I and Joel. And it was a very unique and great opportunity to be paired with just one diving instructor, just Ksenia and I. That way he could like assess where our skill level was at, and he knew how to improve on those skills. And also he got to know us a little bit, so he could take us to places that maybe he wouldn't take a big group. For example, on day number 2 when we did the wreck dive, he took us through lots of portions of the ship, and he said, you know, with a bigger group it's harder to do things like that because he has more people to care for, you know, and he also doesn't know where the other people's skills were at the time. Not only that, Joel was very enthusiastic about the marine life and scuba diving overall. It wasn't just another day at the job for him. He was enthusiastic every day we got on that ship, and overall rubbed off on our experience because we had an amazing one. I highly, highly, highly recommend, if you're going to Roatan, book your diving experience with the West Bay Divers and request Joel. Either way, if you don't get Joel, you're still gonna have a great experience at the West Bay Divers, because overall I think it's an amazingly run dive shop and you won't be disappointed, I promise you. But Roatan isn't only about scuba. Roatan offers an unforgettable blend of adventure, culture, and relaxation, all at an unbeatable price in the Caribbean. We came to Roatan wondering if the world's 2nd largest barrier reef would forgive our rookie mistakes. Instead, it embraced us, handing us an unforgettable experiences, mind-bending swim-throughs, and a newfound confidence. The hype around Roatan isn't just real, it's understated. Book the ticket, grab your mask, and tell that green turtle we said to subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like, comment below, subscribe for more, because you're not gonna wanna miss out to where we head next. See you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.